What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ragnarok coming from Server 200. We have another VIP 18 exclusive coming from Server 123, WijaSoju. Weija, thank you for being here. How are you?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. And we also someone's coming with him, Enryu, who is his chief strategist of Server 123. Enryu, how you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Thanks, guys. So, for everyone watching, we're on completely different timetables here. I think my time, I'm looking at it right now, is 8:30 p.m. And guys, what time is it where you guys are at?
Yeah, I I'm at 9 a.m. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. So, hey, thank you guys so much for taking the time. This is a lot of coordinated effort, but let's go ahead and get into questions. Very first question I like to ask both of you guys, and I'll start with Weija. Weija, how did you start playing this game? Was it a ad? Where did you find this game? Or like just kind of walk us through that.
yeah. I think most of people is the same, right? Yeah, we watching the ads. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
look fun. Like the zombie plus one plus two, left and right. Yeah, we just playing from that, and yeah,
That's
it
funny.
it seems like it's different game, but that's
Right?
how all almost all of us playing, right?
Yeah, no, you're totally right. You think you're going to be playing something else, and next thing you know, there's 100 people in an alliance, and you're like, what is this, right? it's very, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very funny. How about you, Enru? Is it the same thing, or did you know Ouija from the past, or kind of walk me through that?
Oh, actually, I started this game at least 3 months late on this server.
Okay.
The friends that brought me in here have already left the game, but this seems to be my type of game, so I stayed on and kept spending.
Oh, nice. And guys, I'm just looking at your guys' server really quick. I'm going to go ahead and show our audience here how strong the strength levels of everyone here. I mean, it is a very dominating server. First thing I look at is your guys' kills. A lot of activity here. Ouija over 100 million kills, so definitely a killer as you guys can see. And then the total hero power 480 million. And then it looks like you have a little bit of division with MOR 360. That's great to have another alliance having that strength as well. And then just a lot of good middle power. I mean, your top 20 folks are all over 200 million, which is just tells me you guys have a lot of strength. Has it been like that the entire time, guys, or has it been a lot of recruiting?
No,
Uh, if if anything, I would say that we've dropped in overall average strength.
Wow.
Uh, there used to be, or in the beginning, we were not very united as a server. There were four large alliances, right? And now there's two. Basically us and MOR. Prior to season two, before we actually merged three of those alliances into what is currently too easy, there was a lot of infighting and a lot more people that were like right now would be about 240 to
Mm,
260 million total
wow.
hero power based on their spending. There were some good ones that left, and obviously some bad ones as well. But I would say that in terms of top manpower, we have declined.
Inru, do you think that's because people quit the game, or when you say you guys are a little weaker, is it of people just the natural attrition of people quitting, or did they actually move off your server?
No one has actually, or like very, very little people has actually chosen to leave one, two,
Okay,
three in any of the transfers.
got it.
Even so, one, two, three. As a server, we are since season two, we are undefeated in both SVS and season.
Wow.
Always getting number one,
Oh
and
wow.
MOR will always get rank two.
What the heck? Okay, we're gonna talk about that here in a second, but I got a new base staring at me. I see Ouija's base, and people are gonna want to know. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, Ouija. So I'm looking at your base right now. It looks like a drunken gorilla, drunken monkey. You know, give me a little idea of how did you get here?
yeah. So yeah, you see my name. Yeah, my name is WijaSoju, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. so that's like soju thing. So yeah, you're right. Like this is the everyone can see this is like Monkey King drunk, and yeah, we make it because it's more straightforward thing. I think it's
Uh-huh.
because I want to make soju. Yeah, soju base. Okay, but like bottle of soju like doesn't doesn't looks that cool, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the first way, I think is we can just transform it to Monkey King for the transition. Yeah,
Just
that's
try.
my my first yeah
I
Uh,
think it turned out
first
well.
thing I
I
can
quite
think.
like it.
Yep.
No, I like it too, man. So you were just like, I like the Monkey King idea. Let me ask you this: why monkey? Is it symbolism for anything in your culture? I mean, you could have done a lion, you could have done another animal like tiger, anything. Why the monkey? Why the Monkey King?
So yeah, so we can see like so I the my the one main thing I want to focus is soju, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, what thing can transform to like soju? That's first thing. So yeah, you can see like Wukong, like Monkey King. Yeah, like
It's
he can
more of
transform to anything, right? So yeah,
What it what
that's
what it
that's
what it,
why it's,
what is soju for people that are watching that don't know what soju is?
soju is Korean liquor, right?
Ah, Korean liquor. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it served cold? Is it served warm? How do you drink it?
yeah, it's served cold.
Cold.
Yeah, most of the time it's served cold, but yeah,
Okay.
you can drink it like warm, I think.
Okay. So soju. Yeah, you know what? Me being American, I've never had soju, but it sounds like I need to go be the Monkey King and go get a couple bottles of soju. So I like this. I like it. I like it. Enryu, have you had soju? I have to ask you. Have you had
yes.
soju before?
I love it. It's I travel to Korea and Japan frequently.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, when I'm there, I go and drink with my friends and acquaintances there. So
Awesome.
it's always a go-to thing.
Love that. And
Soju, sake, yeah.
I'm looking at your guys' flags. So correct me if I'm wrong. Enru, you live is that Singapore?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
Singaporean.
and Weija, you're in is that Indonesia?
Yeah, that's right, Indonesia.
Man, that's amazing. So it's funny. So do you guys not have a better liquor in Indonesia than the Koreans? Is that what you're saying? The Koreans just have such great liquor that Indonesians don't have anything better.
Not really. Yeah.
Hey man, it's okay. It's all right. We all have our things, right? When I meet people that are typically from the far east of Asia, I live in a place. I live in a state in America called Tennessee. Okay, the number one thing that they tell me is Jack Daniels, which is a alcoholic drink, whiskey. So they're always like, "Oh, Jack Daniels, I know where that is. It's Tennessee, so it's Tennessee whiskey. So it's always very fun. That's my connection to liquor for you guys. So and where I'm from, that's my connection for you guys. So you guys already spoke about something. You guys haven't lost now. You said since season 2 in anything. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh! Like how does
I
that
mean,
is
I
are you?
think it's even before that.
Oh my goodness.
So like I mentioned, I started the game late, 3 months in. I think that was already past the first or second SVS. I think the very first one, if you look at the history of our capital, our past presidents, we have only ever lost. Oh, can you see it? You can't.
I think
Yeah, I
you can.
probably could. Let's see. No, it's death ratio. I actually can't. I don't think I can. No.
Okay. So the last time we lost anything was the 16th of March, 2024. That was before I started.
Why?
Uh,
Okay, so all right, let's talk about that though. At the top, like how do you think it's a combination of you guys have gotten really good or easier battles, with some folks, or do you guys just have unbelievable? I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I'm going to show my viewers again, right? Your strength on the paper looks good. Looks really good. I would not be lying to you. But what's the number one reason why you guys are beating everybody?
There are two main reasons, in my opinion. First is we have a very, very high participation rate, not only in 2EZ and MOR, but even in our lower ranked or lower power players. We have, I could say, maybe 300 to 500 players showing up for SBS comfortably,
Three.
depending on who
Oh,
you play.
Enryu, I got to interrupt. 3 to 500 players for server versus server showing up in the mud.
Yeah, they don't fight outside.
Oh my god, that's a lot. That is incredible. Really, that's a lot. No, no, that's incredible. Okay, so 3 to 500, as you were. Sorry to interrupt. That's
No
amazing.
worries. Yeah, so it's a very high participation rate. I think it's the highest I've ever seen in any of the servers I faced before. Um, the other main reason is we pour hours and hours into strategy. Like Discord calls can go maybe 6 hours at a time into how exactly you want to play it on a macro side, uh, and then down to a tactical aspect on like how we want to reinforce each other, other minor things to ensure that we get an advantage where we stand.
5 to 6 hours. Sometimes you guys are on the phone, and oh my goodness. Okay, I got so many questions for you guys. This is amazing. All right, so we're gonna go back to the 3 to 500 folks. That's crazy. How do you do that though? How do you guys get that much participation? Because you guys have, correct me if I'm wrong. There's two main alliances, right? You have the two EZ. You have more. After that, sometimes it's really hard if you're not in the most competitive alliance. How do you guys get these guys to show up and fight with you guys?
Well, let's talk about the who's the third rank alliance now based on power.
Yeah, I could look.
It is ZE2, which is our second alliance. Our second alliance. So how we operate as an alliance, we don't operate. It's the second alliance is under the direct management of us.
Okay.
So we are essentially a 200-man alliance.
Yep.
Uh, and then URX has a very close relationship with MOR.
Okay.
ANT has been doing well on their own. DID, NLE, all of these players are there by choice. We have asked them to merge before, but they want to play with friends. And what we do is that we foster an environment that is that helps them prosper, even if they are not in like the top alliance. My view on them is that every player has the right place to be, and we can, if we are able to provide the right conditions, we are able to utilize them to their full potential.
No, that's it's a great answer. It really is. But okay, few things. I just was showing the viewers of everybody, just the alliances you guys were talking about. What is the demographic of 123 in terms of background? Is it typically all Asian, or do you have a lot of Americans? I mean, I just saw something that showed someone was Wales, from literally from Europe. So, kind of talk about that if you don't mind.
Sure. I would say our server is maybe 20% European,
Okay.
and the rest are either Southeast Asian or Korean.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe
Yeah.
10% Europe, and yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
The
less.
reason for the Europeans is because in our first transfer, we had a good chunk of European players come in. At that time, they and I still believe they were the best choice. Um, their mindset was very similar. Um, their playstyle was similar. They had the same dedication for chasing victory that I liked a lot, and so far, it's worked out. Um, Eventually, we were able to sort out the time for Marshall and all the other alliance stuff. But once
Sure.
all this small stuff was out of the way, everything flowed smoothly. And it took a little bit of compromise, but I'm glad we got it done.
Amazing. That's amazing. I'm just going to cut something really quick because I just want to look at something on my desktop. All right, that looks good.
Right.
Perfect. Going back in. Amazing. That's crazy because it sounds like you guys are super organized, right? You correct me if I'm wrong, Enryu. You sound like, I mean, Ouija told me this. He wanted to do the interview with you because you are the chief strategist. Are you the one that's kind of organizing everybody in the server and talking and being that like diplomatic person on your server? Is that you?
Intra server, I would say not as much as I used to. I've been delegating a lot of tasks to
Okay.
other R4 members. Um, but right now, I mostly focus on inter-server relationships as well as general strategy.
Okay. So
How do you?
who does a lot of the outreach for external relationships
Oh,
or
yeah, that's me.
that's you too? Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Good. Good.
No,
Good.
no. So for TC, right?
Right.
So for TC is like I'm holding like president,
Mm-hmm.
and Enryu is like diplomacy thing. He talked to like other server, and so we utilize our effort like so like we need like 10 people on airport like everything needed here. So like some people reach out to other alliance on our server, some people reach out to some other alliance, so and some people do the DSB thing, strategy DSB, strategy, yeah,
So
Right.
everyone,
So
it sounds like everyone
that's
kind of has their strengths, right? Where you guys
yeah.
kind of,
Everyone have their job, and yeah, we
yeah.
use it like yeah.
No, that's
it
good.
used to be
That's really
it
good.
used to be just me and Ouija which is why the course lasted so long. But thankfully they're getting shorter.
No, that's good.
So
No, that's
that's good.
good. You guys are, we call that conquering and dividing. So you conquer it, now you're dividing it to everyone else. So everyone has their jobs to do, and things can go a lot more smoothly. You guys are, I mean, to not lose the, it sounds like, and it probably feels like a year and a half at least. How do you guys actually balance real life? I'm assuming you guys have real jobs.
Right.
How do you guys balance real life and playing a game like this?
Uh, I just don't sleep.
Just don't sleep, right, and play.
Ouija,
Like
is that what you do too? You just drink your Korean liquor and you're fine. Is that what it is?
Yeah. We just For me, mostly working if it's free and mostly playing Last War too, right?
I like it. I like it.
so yeah. I mean it depends on for me as a person. I like the challenge of winning, right? I don't like empty victories. So depending on the opponent, it would motivate me more to come up with something to seize victory, so to speak. So the tougher the challenge, the more committed and uh the more effort you see coming out.
I like that. So let's talk about that a little bit. You're talking about some hard challenges. Have you guys had a really close match with anybody in particular? Has there been any rivals that have come out of that? Has there been anyone that you've gotten started fighting and you said, guys, we really respect these guys the way they fight, but I mean, obviously you guys win, but is there any servers, any players that you guys would like to talk about? I'll first start with Ouija and then maybe Enryu if you want to come in off that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think like for our grouping, like our previous grouping before the season 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's for sure like 96. Yeah, there's
Yeah, I
free
agree.
VIP there.
Oh, so you guys, you
Yeah,
guys,
they
you
are
you
like
you guys are in server 90. You guys got server 96 in your grouping.
yeah.
Yep,
Oh
we do.
wow.
Oh,
All right.
not season 5 grouping, not season 5
Oh,
grouping.
not
Like
season five.
I mean
Season
like uh
like our like in a 64 server group, we are in the
Yes.
same grouping
Yes,
as
got it.
65.
In the
That's
transfer
why.
grouping. I understand. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Uh,
I believe they are still the strongest server in our grouping.
Yes.
Even like we wins against them on SVS, but yeah, I think they are
I think it
still.
was a miracle. We did something that was will be tough to replicate.
Oh, are you talking about beating them in server versus server?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They brought it up. They and you know what they said they lost to somebody, and I think they said 123 if I remember. They didn't really name a lot of stuff. So it was interesting because their whole idea, I could tell how they lost was probably participation. They just felt like they didn't have the participation they needed. So from that standpoint, I think that's why it sounds like from your guys' standpoint at least, you guys have a lot of people and they just didn't know what to do with it, right? They might have had a couple stronger folks, but you guys just had the numbers.
I think the
yeah,
correct way to put it is that we had a lot more people that were willing to die in the mud
I love
than
that.
them.
Gotta die. Gotta play the game, right? That's you
yeah,
can't take your troops home with you. So you just need to go ahead and let them die in the mud. I like that. So would you say Ouija 96 was probably your guys' hardest fight so far?
yeah. 96. Yeah, our hardest fight, and if you are accounting to newer server, I think one 166. Yeah, or DSX. I think they are the
They
one like beating
they are
up
also
on
undefeated.
Meteorite.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think they are so strong. I believe
166. All
that.
right, I'm gonna have to look at 166. Enryu, so yeah, same question. Now to you, are you gonna also agree 96 is probably your hardest server versus server, or just hardest folks you guys have encountered, or who's the most respect that you guys have found out there that have earned your guys' blessing from your standpoint?
Well, there are two answers to this really. So, one is in terms of SVS, 96 is the toughest challenge that we have ever faced and overcome. In terms of SVS, I've never faced them in season, so I can't really say anything about that.
Got it.
I'm sure they do well as well, but it's not percent experience. Uh, if we were to talk about season, I think our toughest time would be in season two, not because the opponents were particularly strong, but because we haven't merged or haven't grew united as a server. Everyone was just looking out for their own interests, and that was probably the toughest season that we've ever gone through. Which is, yeah, I think our season two opponents were mainly 118
Okay.
and can't
One to
really
two.
remember. Yeah,
One to two. Yeah.
122, 118 were the two bigger servers at that point of time.
Are they still very strong compared to you guys, or have you guys since surpassed them? You think?
I mean, that's funny because 118, after the first transfer, they lost one of their big guys or their biggest guy. But I would say that that was a blessing in disguise for them.
Okay.
They've since acquired VIP 18, and they're great guys. It's well deserved, and
Nice.
they're one of the strongest servers in our grouping now.
I love that. I love that. Sometimes you don't see that though, right? Someone leaves and you think it's the end of the world, but then, like you said, it's a blessing to just the guys. I love that. How do you guys currently like handle like drama or controversy? Part of the game is a lot of communication, right? There's 100 people just in an alliance, and like you already told me you guys get 300 to 500 people in the mud fighting. So how do you handle all these personalities on your server and also just all these other personalities outside your server? Enryu, I'll probably send that question to you because it sounds like you handle a lot of that. So how do you handle that personally?
Okay, so let's start with just within 123. We run mainly like solely based on a merit system. Okay, whatever you bring to the table, that's how much the server um will give you in return, right? Um, if you spend a lot or if you put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, whether it comes in the form of participation or management, then that's will be more giving in terms of benefits. Maybe in terms of buffs, like diamond rewards from winning SVS, whatever the case is, right? Um, that being said, if you don't participate, there's not really any like downsides to it. It's just will tell you that you are always competing against the person next to you, whether it comes to when it comes to like season slots for the top alliance, or when it comes for buffs, when it comes to you know just generally having a good time, right? If you're playing the game, then and if you like the game, you put more time into the game, then you get more rewards. It's a it's a meritocracy, so as to speak.
I like that.
Any personal relationships is like completely out of the picture when it comes to who gets to stay in the top alliance during the season. So that's for during the season. If how I handle like inter-server relations, right? I would say I have 123 has a pretty good relationship with a vast majority of servers. Obviously, there are a few servers that we absolutely detest, but for the most part, um, I have a pretty good relationship with maybe I'll just name a few. One way is one of our closest allies, 124. Um, we we talk to 96 as well, 82. All these servers are we have like a direct line of communication with each other.
Good.
We share uh, how we would deal with certain things in terms of strategy, in terms of season, share information, and we work together when when it comes to facing external threats. So
Yeah, love
I
that.
say we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah.
No, I love that. I mean, kind of a follow up with something you just said. Obviously, everyone's going to have people that don't like them. From your standpoint, when people don't like you guys, is it, in your opinion, oh, you're sending squads out to do something? I see that.
It's a drone thing,
I
man.
get it. Go get the drama, man. I get it.
Okay, yeah, keep
No,
it, keep
no,
it.
all good, all good. From your guys' standpoint, when people don't like you guys, is that generally you think from you guys just generally winning, or is there other stuff that is attached to that as well, or like the people that don't like you, if it's servers or actual other players out there, is that where do you think that stems from?
Well, like I've told you, like earlier, we haven't lost anything in a long time. I'm sure that plays a part, but I think what's more what's directly related to a lot of the hate is that the way we win, right? Let's say in season 3, uh we were facing 107. On average, our power was lower. They had a higher VIP 18 and another VIP 18 that was slightly lower than Ouija at that time.
Sure.
In that season, our faction got 16 out of the top 20 top prizes.
Wow.
5 of those prizes belong to 123, including 1 second place, and we took the top place.
Wow.
So it was just the way that we dominated. We have never lost a single defense. Out of the last 3 seasons, we have only lost a single side building once.
I like it.
And yeah, I mean it must suck to lose, right? In that manner, and to keep trying and failing,
I love that. No,
which
I,
is
I,
why.
I what I really like so far is again, we've never spoke, right? But I'm learning a lot about you guys, and one thing I can tell, you guys have a lot of pride in what you guys do. You have a lot of pride in your guys' alliance, and also just like a lot of pride in your server, and just like the little things, like you just said, we've never lost a defense. We've only lost a side building once. It's just like little things. Like you guys are remembering this stuff right off the get go, so it's impressive. But that comes with a lot of pride. So you guys have a lot of pride in how you play this game. So I think that's really cool. Because I think that goes into another part, and I'm going to ask this to Ouija. Have you formed any real relationships or friendships outside of the game from this game?
Oh no, we actually like. I think maybe maybe us like our allies the only one that didn't do much like IRL friendship thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So you guys are just
yeah,
strictly about the game.
I
yeah.
mean,
Like
I wouldn't be opposed to meeting like Shu and some of the rest
it's because
when I go on trips. It's
Sure.
just a
yeah,
like a physical distance that is hard to cross,
I get it.
especially
Yeah, I get it.
because like some of us are in Southeast Asia, or most of
Mm,
us are in Southeast Asia. We are divided by a lot of borders, right?
sure.
And yeah, like it's not just like land borders but sea borders as well. So it's hard to visit each other in that sense.
Totally, totally. You know,
Even if you have.
I've asked this question to other folks. Some folks have, some folks haven't. So it's always interesting to hear if people have or not. So it's you know, I asked who was it? My very first my very first interview was Retta off of server 220, another very strong, powerful server.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. He was immediately told me, he's like, yeah, you know, Jay, who's in my server, you know, him and I go drinking all the time. And I was like, oh, well, that's nice. You know, I would never know that, you know, you just don't know that unless you ask that question. But that must be easier because they happen to be in Korea. So, but like you said, if you guys are in Southeast Asia and there's all these other, you know, places, it's hard to get around. So I could understand that.
yeah. So I think the main problem is like the region thing, right?
Yes.
I think most of the time like our Korean members they for sure meet up sometimes like European some of them already meet up but like Enryu is on Singapore and I'm on Indonesia like so we never meet up
I mean, I could like
yeah
when I have like when I'm able to take time off, but that's rare. So
Sure, sure. No,
yeah.
also that, you know, the one thing I'm hearing from you guys, which is kind of cool, is, you know, you guys are ultra competitive, right? I think you guys would probably say that as well. Would,
Yes.
and I'm assuming you guys know this. So there's servers out there like 263 that have you know, one of the strongest player in the game, like LB Justin. There's also a server out there named 327 that has OCF
OCF.
Qatar. Yep. So I'm
yeah
sure you guys have seen those servers. Would you in your guys' position, do you think you guys can compete with servers like that?
I'm not sure if we'll
uh
win, but I won't run from the challenge
I
for
like it.
sure.
Yeah, I love it. No, I think it'd be interesting, right, to see because if you have 300 to 500 folks, I've seen 263 fight. They have great server turnout. I don't know if they have 300 to 500. I could be mistaken.
That's interesting because I'm in contact with YXI's R4 as well.
Yeah, I speak to them too. They're really nice people.
Hougang.
Yeah,
So
very nice folks. I don't know. I've watched them fight. So server 220, they're in my original server transfer, and we know them very well. They've gotten the closest to beating them. And they just from a server versus server, I think they were like 92% versus the 100%. So they got pretty close. It was back and forth for a little while.
yep.
But again, it's just you know, you guys haven't lost. You know, most people don't know this about 263. They lost early on. They lost to server 260, and that was before we had ruin removal. Remember, so a lot of people
Right.
took the alt accounts and went ahead and just created that space, right? So it was really hard to get into the mud if you had, you know, a couple hundred bases surrounding and they're all burnt, right? So yeah, that was their only loss, I believe. So, and I don't think you know, don't quote me on this, but I don't think 327's lost in server versus server either. So, I think as time goes on, our servers
We will
are.
eventually see each other.
Yeah, exactly. You're totally right. I think we're all not. I don't know all, but I would say 300 to 400 servers are gonna probably be in or around the same grouping. And that's going to be really interesting. I would love to hear before we kind of like start, you know, wrapping this conversation up a little bit. But I'm interested to hear from your standpoint what you guys do from a transfer standpoint. what you guys look for players, because I can tell Enryu in particular, you're very meticulous on what you want and how you guys do stuff. How do you guys bring transfers in? Who gets the transfers? And also B, how do you guys who are you looking for? Is it a power thing? Is it a kills idea? What are you looking for in particular?
For me, um, aside from just power and activity, right? Power is just is the total hero power we look at. Activity would be your kill count.
Yep.
But above that, I would say the one thing that I prioritize above these two would be compatibility with our server. The
Love it.
atmosphere in 123 is already peak, right? Um, I don't want to get anyone in that might endanger that sort of like this atmosphere that we've already fostered
Yep.
over the past year and a half or so. So that's probably number one. And then after that, it would be potential. Meaning to say, the most valuable players to me are not just the top end of blues or top end of purples. It's the blues that have the potential to go into the purple range, which is one step above the top end.
Sure.
And yeah, that's what I look for when it comes to transfers into 2EZ. As for where the slots go to, I think over the last few transfers, barring the first transfer, MOR and us have hit the transfer slots pretty evenly. They have had 3 purple transfers, and we have had 3 as well. It is important for us to keep MOR healthy. They are a very valuable ally, and I believe will continue to be so. Which is why they need to be strong enough to stand next to us.
I love that. Yeah, you guys have to have balance, it sounds like, and you are searching for that balance. And something you said earlier, we do it as well. You don't want to bring a troublemaker essentially into your server. It doesn't matter their strength. It's nice to have great strength, but if someone's going to come in and kind of be a rebel rouser, as we call it, or someone that's going to create trouble in your server.
I mean, strength, like pure power wise, has never been the reason why we've won our fights. In season 2 and every SVS in between up to season 4, on average, our power has been lower than all of our major opponents. They either had, I mean, just look at the fight against 96, right?
Sure.
They have Stickman, who's higher than Wija, and 2 comparable VIP 18s. So 3 times our VIP 18s. For at that time, the elite combat power was above 60 million, right? They had 1.5 times of our players that were above 60 million for squad, and their 60 millions were higher than our 60 millions. And yet, I mean, we won in the end.
How
So it was never the
how
reason.
how close was it?
100 to 69.
Okay, so kind of close, but not that close.
I want to add something about the transfer.
Please.
I think some of it, like the effort that Enryu put, right, to like selective the power of the
Individual
transfer.
players.
And I think the best part is like we make sure like everyone that transfer in, we already confirm the like what we do. Like we tell them everything, like, oh, this is our region, like we are
What we expect
European
from
and
them.
Asian, yeah.
Yeah.
And most of the time, like, this is our timeline, event time, this is, yeah.
Like what they
And
can
make sure
expect
no
from
one just
us.
leave.
Yeah, stuff like that. So it's a lot of a full disclosure situation where if you do come in, it's something like a contract, right? You come in, you're supposed to stay in this alliance for at least a season, and then afterwards you're free to go to wherever you want. But the purpose of you coming here is this, and this, and you are here to fulfill that. And if everything is okay, our mindsets are similar, then we'll go through the process of who we want. Because 123 is at least in the last few transfers, we are one of the most attractive servers or the most sought after servers to come to.
Sure.
Of course, we have competitors, but we do not lack uh, the number of applicants, so to speak.
I can
So
see
we
that.
at least have the luxury of having to choose from the best.
No, it's amazing. I love how you guys outline all that for everybody, and in particular, the players that are coming in, they know the expectation when they come in, what they need to do. Like you said, it's almost like signing a contract, right? So these guys that are coming in, they know they got to spend a season here, or hey, this is how we're going to do martial, or hey, this is how we do this in fighting. They already know that. So that's awesome that you guys do that on the front end. So there's not a lot of questions when they're there, if that makes sense. I've got to ask a question, and I've always wanted to know this, and I just don't know. You guys told me only 20, maybe 10 to 20%, right, of your alliance is, European. Mostly it's Asian, correct?
Correct.
Do Asians talk trash? Like trap, and again, yeah, and that's my question. So if a lot of these Americans, I'm sure this has happened, right? Or a European, someone said some negative stuff to you guys, trash talk, right? What do you guys do from a trash talking standpoint? Do you guys just talk about it amongst yourselves and say, "Oh, this guy's just crazy. He's funny, whatever," or do you guys talk trash back? Can you give me any insight on that? How does that work?
I mean, I don't think like some of our best players are Europeans.
Sure. Okay.
And right now, I don't think I've ever had to deal with that situation where it was like a mean-spirited sort of trash talk. But we are close enough with each other that how we say good morning is fuck you. So if you, for example, if I were to say, yeah, so it's just a whole bunch of fuck yous in the chat.
Oh, I love that.
And
That's great. Oh, that's so good.
yeah. Then like, why are you not shielded? Why is this fat guy not shielded?
All right.
And then it's just friendly banter.
Yeah.
The point where there was any sort of toxic uh like toxic insults being thrown or trash talking, so to speak, was a long time ago in 123. It was like what, a year and a half,
No, I
2
think he
years?
meant like to other server, or is it on our?
Like, but you're asking about the Europeans on our server, right?
I'm just
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm also just asking in general because I come from an American server, very American, right?
Okay.
There is all sorts of as you would say friendly banter or people talking trash, and it's typically among Americans, I would say. And typically the trash talking doesn't go to our Asian, allies or anything like that, or even Asian enemies. You just kind of just. I think I think it's because there is a little bit of a language barrier a lot of the time. So you don't say something like you would typically say because you don't know how it's going to hit, if that makes sense. Because
Right.
there's a nuance in the language of English, just like there is a nuance in any language. So you don't know how it's going to be received. So I know, like right now, if I trash talked another American, they're going to understand, from that standpoint, exactly how that's received. Just like if they say something to me, I'm going to probably understand how that's received. So I've just always wondered on this game. I'll give you an example. I asked there was a person I interviewed from server 269 AAM 83, and I asked him this, and he's Kuwaiti. He's from Kuwait. Same,
Right.
very similar question. He said, I just send them a flower. That he just sends them a gift.
That's very respectful.
Yeah, he is like a gentleman, and if they're going to do this really long, trash talking, monologue to him, here you go, here's a flower.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
And
I mean,
I
I
loved
agree.
I loved that personally. I thought it was hilarious. So I thought that was a very interesting thing he said, and I just was very like, huh. I wonder from an Asian culture, If that's similar, or no, you guys are obviously do understand some certain nuance of stuff, and maybe you guys are trash talking. That's all.
It depends on which Asian server,
Sure,
I
sure,
mean, which
sure.
Asian country that you come from. Like I'm Singaporean, we are English educated, so English is my first language, which is why I'm able to like I completely understand like what you're talking with me about, like the implications of whatever you're saying,
Sure.
like reading between the lines, right?
Yep.
Um, so but back to the question, which is how do we deal with trash talking
Yeah.
when it comes to other servers,
Yep.
right? Well, personally, it depends on who the server is. For example, um, if I think the one server that we completely detest is 107.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
So,
If other, what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? So, I did interview 107's. I think he's the strongest now. FS North, the eggplant himself. And I think the feeling's mutual. Funny enough, I just interviewed him yesterday, to be exact. So he didn't have nice things to say, he didn't use the word detest. He used some other words that probably a lot of people would not want to say. However, I can tell the feeling is mutual. What happened there? Why do you guys dislike each other so much? I would ask.
Uh, maybe
well,
maybe maybe I am
sorry.
first. Maybe I am first.
Okay, you go
Okay,
first. You go
so
first.
I
Yeah.
think I think so. Our server, not our server, like our alliance is mean if if we didn't like them. Like if we really, if we really didn't like them. So for example, like 107, yeah, for sure, like it's because some disagreement happen, and it's just
I actually have.
most of our hmm?
I remember the exact details of what happened in S3. So what happened was that at the beginning of S3, um, we just merged, and we 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 asked 107. At the time, it was still Larry that was the biggest guy there. I think
Yep.
he has since quit. Right.
Yeah.
So I asked him, what do you think about a truce for the season? He said no. They've been backstabbed in previous seasons before. He
Sure.
just want to compete fairly. Okay, no problem. Okay, then trade posts were a new thing.
Oh
I
yeah.
asked if you since it's not season related, do you want to divide the trade posts? We are the two strongest alliances or servers, uh, and we can just compete for season stuff. He said no. I don't want to do it. Uh, and then I said sure. Okay, we'll just fight. Okay, we started fighting, and on the first time trade post was acquired, there were 8 trade posts in total. That on both 123 and 107 combined, we took 6 of the 8 trade posts. And after that, I was like, "Do you want to continue doing this?" And he said, "Yeah, I don't think I want to continue. Appreciate your offer, and we won't do. We'll have a choose on trade posts. We can fight everywhere else, but 107, like 123 people, don't go to 107, and they won't contest trade posts in 123 as well." I said, "Okay, cool." And then the fighting started. They had the first attack. They lost really badly, really really badly. Okay, and we had the next attack. And first it was MOR that attacked them. They did the corner strat, and they got destroyed in 15 minutes. And then it was our turn to attack again. This time Too Easy took the attack. We took down their side buildings and capital and their alliance center in under 3 minutes. And after that, they started reaching out for,
A truce.
hey, how you doing? Stuff like that. And then I just didn't bother. It's like, let's keep fighting. Okay.
Yeah,
Like there's no reason for me to agree to anything anymore.
sure.
And then that's when they broke the truce on trade posts
Uh,
when we were defending and we couldn't move. And that's where the bad blood started.
it always
As we kept going,
there's always some trust. There's always some trust broke, right? That's generally where it is. It just doesn't come out of thin air, as I would say. So
yeah.
there's always someone or somewhere where somebody gets their feelings hurt of some sort, and then people start doing stuff, and then and this. There's
I mean,
100 people in alliance. People start saying stuff, wild things,
I mean,
and
it's not just me, man. It's like the whole alliance. Like I didn't even know it was happening. Someone was the one that told me first. Like, do you think that LRD will break the truce on trade posts? And I was like, nah, we have an agreement. Um, like, it's not gonna happen, that kind of thing. And then it happened. And then uh I funnily enough, right, I was not the one that was the most pissed off about what happened at first. It was our guys are like, how can you do this to when you've made an agreement? And that's when you know we started really getting into it. They started losing more and more, and then at the end, and this is one of the things that I regretted the most in this game. Uh, I agreed to a truce at the end. They wanted top 10, and we had to pull some strings with our allies to make sure that they get top 10. Okay, if not, I'm 100% confident we will have knocked them out of top 10. And I deeply, deeply regret that. I will never do anything like that again.
got it. It's crazy though, like, right? Looking in hindsight, it's what we did versus what we shouldn't have done, right?
Yeah.
No, and it's this game. There's. I think everyone has those moments in the game where you say, "Ah, we should have done that or should have done this," and in hindsight, I wish we'd done this. And it's funny because you do it, and after you've done it, or something's been done to you, it's almost like that relationship's fractured, and there's no coming back, sadly. And I use the word sadly because there's a lot of strong alliances out there and servers that people have, wrongfully done things to, and it's
I mean, once the trust is gone,
the trust is
it's
gone.
hard
Yeah,
to.
it's super hard. It's
Yeah.
impossible. It feels impossible, even if you want to mend the relationship, which a lot of people do in certain relationships like that. But then there's also folks that are just like, no, I call it double down, where you're just like, no, I don't trust them, I don't like them, they're the worst. And I've seen that firsthand too myself. So I love that though. No, I mean, it makes sense. I think every server has those types of relationships with other servers. So it's crazy that I thought it was just funny that I was interviewing him yesterday and he said some not so nice things, and then
I
again,
mean, whatever he said to you, I'm sure it's already been said to us on some word chat somewhere, sometime in the
sure.
past year.
No, sure. No, I just thought it was very funny because I honestly had no idea you guys had any beef, and now I
Yeah,
was just interviewing you guys within 24 hours. So I thought it was just hilarious how it all kind of
right.
worked out. Hey, we're gonna start wrapping this up, but I still want to ask you
Okay.
guys a couple questions. And number one question, I want to go to Ouija. What do people need to know about server 123? Because there's 1,800 plus servers now. What should people have a takeaway from server 123, Ouija?
Yeah. So on 1 to 3 server, yeah, we are like really competitive, right? But our best like for what I see on 1 to 3 is 1 to 3 is not solo carry server. So like we really need participation.
Oh yeah.
That's the that's why we winning against yeah,
Stronger opponent.
96. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think the way we win against 96 is purely because of our server participation.
I can see that.
It's because we didn't plan anything. We already like, oh, we are losing on papers. Like no matter what we plan, like we are for sure losing.
It's demoralizing to plan for something that is so stacked against you on paper, right? So the overall strategy against 96 was mostly general instructions to groups of people and advice on how to stay or stand your ground.
Yeah,
And our server really came through, and um they just refused to back down. Whenever they die, they just pop back, and I'm pretty sure I mean I can safely say that everyone was willing to empty out everything to win that
yeah,
SVS. And that's something I'm incredibly proud of.
Oh, I love that.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Like most of alliance on 1 to 3 is like it's independent lah. Like they sometimes didn't participate on SVS, but like when we really need them, like every alliance keep reminder their member and that's yeah, that's happened on 96. That's why
And I mean,
like that's the most participation I think on the SVS 5.
oh man, I wish
I
I.
mean you're right, saying that we have a lot of pride. And I think it carries over to the lower power players especially, right? That we are undefeated as a server. And every time our server group expands, we always strive to be undisputed as well.
Undisputed.
And
I like that.
yeah,
And yeah, and we appreciate that like trust more. We didn't like to backstab someone, that's for sure. So like if someone backstab us, we for sure gonna hate them. That's why that happened. Like on season 3 that happened on Meteorite something happened to other server too. Yeah, something like that.
Love that.
The best thing I can.
No, I mean, you guys are participation like to the max. When you told me 300 to 500 people, I don't believe the top servers are getting that. I could be wrong. I would have to go back and look at a couple of these SVSs. Probably 300. I could see 300, but 500. Ooh, man, that's a lot of folks in the mud. I just don't know if I could see that. I guess my last question, I'm going to shoot this to Enryu.
yep.
If you were a developer tomorrow and you could change anything about the game, one thing, you could change any one thing going forward, what would it be and why?
I I mean in our other talks we've had some ideas about how to make the transfer situation better. Um Hopefully it does get better. I think there are generally two types of players in Last War. Those that are ultra competitive like us and those that just want to enjoy life, right? Um I think it's important that everyone should be where they want to be. Server transfers are making it difficult at the moment, and we just want everyone to be where they want to be. Hopefully, the the better ones come to us, of course.
Right? How do you get there though? I guess that's my follow up. What would you propose to developers in order to get people together? Are you proposing a server merger? Or are you supporting maybe like some type of different type of transfer? What would you propose?
Um, our proposed idea was an agreed server merge, right? Where two R5s of a server, let's say in our 64 server group, they agree to merge with each other. Those two servers will then be merged. The servers that either don't have any matches or don't respond will be forcefully merged. After that, there will be a transfer period where the agreed the servers that have agreed to merge each other will not be able to accept any transfers, but people can leave. Whereas the ones that were not matched but forcefully matched with each other can accept players. Obviously, this is just the rough general idea,
Sure.
and there are more specifics that should be delved into. But generally, I think if you want a short-term, quick solution to get where players want to be, that would be the most ideal solution, in my opinion, of course.
No, I like it. You know what? You're throwing it out there. See what happens. You know, maybe a couple developers, maybe hopefully listen to the interview, and maybe they're shrugging their shoulders. I know a lot of the developers have said, you know, no two server merges, but you never know. Never say never, but
Hopefully, they consider.
yeah, hopefully they consider all things, right? So I hope there's a lot of folks like you guys that are giving them an idea, you know, ideas out there, and maybe they can have a collection of these ideas and figure out what's going to be best holistically for the game. You know, that's the idea and hope. Again, I want to thank both you guys for the time I know and the effort. Just you know, the logistics of this, right? Where I think 13 hours difference. I believe it's still morning over there for you guys.
Yes, it is.
So as a 1-2-3, you know, if I could be a 1-2-3 player or a 2EZ guy for the day, I would tell you guys both good morning and fuck you. So thank you guys both. I think that's how you guys say it, right? Just, or is it straight fuck you? Is that right?
It is.
Okay.
It's just fuck you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I probably murdered that.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, man.
No, this was super fun. I really enjoyed it. If anything, it's really cool for the 1,800 plus servers inside of Last War to meet awesome, great VIP 18 players, but also the people that are also helping that server in Enryu. So that's why I think it's amazing to, you know, bring everyone together and just show like, hey, how we're different, how we're similar. That's why these interviews are like this. Again, I just want to thank you guys again. I appreciated it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely. Over and out. All right, guys.